everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to be looking at McFarlane DC Multiverse Earth 2 Batman. This is the Earth 2 Batman skin from the game Arkham Knight. Earth 2 Batman is Thomas Wayne as Batman, but it's not the same Thomas Wayne from the Flashpoint storyline. I ordered this figure from the McFarlane toy store, got the bundle of 4 figures, and they finally arrived today. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus, DC Multiverse, Earth 2 Batman. Here's the package. We have the Arkham style Batarang, collector's card, and display stand. One side of the package, Earth 2 Batman from Batman Arkham Knight. Other side simply says Earth 2 Batman. At the bottom, got a bunch of credits, and there is a barcode, in case it helps anybody. And on the back side, here's Batman posed up from the comics. So no further ado, let's open him up. And like I said, I got this figure in a bundle of 4 figures from the McFarlane toy store. Between the bundle discount and the percentage off code, ended up being a pretty fair deal. Alright, now that we have this figure out of the package, here he is with all of his accessories laid out. We have a display stand, a collector's card, and then an Arkham style Batarang. But before we take a look at those, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. So this is Thomas Wayne as Batman from Earth 2, but it is not the same Thomas Wayne as Batman from the Flashpoint story. In this Earth, Bruce Wayne was Batman like usual, but he ended up dying. Thomas Wayne found him dead and decided to take up the mantle of Batman to honor his son. Looks a lot of similarities to the Thomas Wayne Flashpoint Batman, the color scheme of the suit, etc. But it's a little more complicated with this figure. Now, it's based off of the Earth 2 Batman, which was a comic storyline for a while, Earth 2, into that, Thomas Wayne as Batman. But this figure is the Earth 2 skin from the game Arkham Knight that you could wear. And if that's the case, one could say this is Bruce Wayne as Batman, because when you use the Earth 2 skin in Arkham Knight, you were Bruce Wayne. Yeah, getting a little complicated here. As far as I'm concerned, this guy's Thomas Wayne, but a little food for thought there. So let's take a look at him. Start with the head here, and it looks fantastic. We have that Arkham Knight signature look. The cowl, the chin, the jaw, it all screams Arkham Knight. Then you have those red eyes. Going further down, we have the bat symbol. Weird sort of triangle or sort of diamond type shape on his chest. There's texturing all along the gray parts of the suit. It looks fantastic. He's got the red utility belt. Looks like the Flashpoint Batman. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, good sized combat boots. Cape looks great, red on the inside, black on the out. Now I know a lot of people are interested in customizing this body or using it for a regular Batman figure. This sort of V shape here, it is sculpted on there. It's not painted. So if you want to use this body, unfortunately, you're really going to have to find yourself a whole new torso. There's no way you're going to be able to smooth that down and make it look good. Face looks fantastic. Sort of a hybrid of Arkham and Thomas Wayne. And if you're curious if this Batman is a giant like the 3 Jokers or Hush Batman, or if he's a shrimp like the Rebirth Batman, he's more or less in between the two. But we'll check out a ton of comparisons later in the video, and just a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Now let's check out his accessories. Here's his display stand. Typical McFarlane stand. It's a black perfect circle. It says DC on the bottom, and it's got one peg for the pegals on his feet. Very thin, very basic. Here's his collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of the Thomas Wayne Earth 2 Batman. Earth 2 Batman from Batman the Arkham Knight. Although this picture is definitely not from the video game, it's from the comic. Backside, there is a description. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause now. But if you actually read the description, this is a description for the Flashpoint Batman, not for the Earth 2 Thomas Wayne Batman. A little confusing and inaccurate. Now for its Batarang. It's a signature Arkham Batarang. It's got the circle in the middle, where it's presumably articulated and would be able to break down in the game, attached to his belt. Does look pretty good though, all black. Here's Batman holding and getting ready to throw his Batarang. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. from bottom to the top of his head, staying at about 6.9 inches tall, which can translate to about 17.5 centimeters. And if you go to the top of the ears, about 7.25 inches tall. Now for his articulation. Start at his head here. Of course, you can rotate from side to side. Up about that far, down about that far. Pretty good range of motion there. Can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint goes up about 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got a butterfly joint between his shoulder and chest area, increasing range of motion and covering that large gap that would be there. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows below that. And then his wrist can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. Ball joint his torso, rotate around, forward and back. Another one his waist, rotate around, forward and back. Seem to get more of his waist than his torso here. Between the two, pretty good range of motion. Legs almost complete as a splits. Not a ball joint. McFarlane style hip joints. They go forward. Only about that far. Back, not much. Rotation, pretty much non-existent. Double jointed knees below that. Then his ankle, forward and back. Rotate, tilt, rock. And he does have articulation. Although mine's a little stuck. There we go. Here's Thomas Wayne as Batman doing research in the Batcave. And here he is on a rooftop of Gotham, holding and getting ready to throw his Batarang. And then on the side of a building, holding his two pistols. Thomas Wayne, signature style. Now let's check him out. Next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Earth 2 Batman and Thomas Wayne figures. Here he is, next to the DC Direct version of this Earth 2 Batman. I didn't think anybody else would ever make a figure of this guy. And here he is, next to another Earth 2 Batman. I believe this was Bruce Wayne in the bat suit in Earth 2. At one point, he died a dark side, and then Thomas Wayne took up the cowl. And here's this Earth 2 Thomas Wayne Batman, next to the McFarlane Thomas Wayne Flashpoint Batman. They're both Thomas Wayne. They both have similar outfits, but they're from different Earths in the multiverse and have different origin stories. They made both a masked and an unmasked version of the Flashpoint Thomas Wayne Batman. Here's how he looks with the McFarlane Thomas Wayne Flashpoint Batman's head, the unmasked version on top of this body. Not fully compatible with the peg, but a few adjustments, and it looks okay. I decided to make an unmasked Thomas Wayne in civilian attire with my extra unmasked Thomas Wayne Batman. Then, next to a DC Direct Thomas Wayne Flashpoint Batman. And here's the most recent Thomas Wayne figure that I've gotten. This is an SSR Toys, unlicensed, Night of Vengeance Thomas Wayne Batman. Here are all of my different Thomas Wayne action figures. Most of them are Batman, most are from the Flashpoint universe, but we have a nice variety at this point. Here's this Batman figure, next with McFarlane, Walking Dead Negan figure. Negan was played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who played Thomas Wayne in Batman vs Superman. He would have made an awesome Thomas Wayne Flashpoint Batman. Now let's check him out, next to some other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the Arkham City Riddler. These are the two newest Arkham figures McFarlane has made. And I got all four of these figures in a bundle from the McFarlane toy store. Between the bundle discount and the coupon code, I got a pretty good price. Here's this Earth 2 Batman Arkham Knight skin, next to the standard version of the Arkham Knight Batman. Their heads look pretty similar, but they're definitely not the same sculpt. Just look at the ears. But their mouth and chin area are very Arkham Knight style. Here are all the different characters McFarlane has made from Arkham Knight. Scarecrow, Batman, Arkham Knight, and Red Hood. I mean, yeah, both these Batmans are technically the same character. Here's this Arkham Knight Earth 2 Batman, next to all the different figures McFarlane has made from Arkham Asylum. And here he is, next to McFarlane's entire Arkham City collection. And they only have one figure from Arkham Origins. That's Deathstroke. Here are all the different figures McFarlane has made from Arkham Knight. Almost each one has a variant, except for the Arkham Knight himself. Now, the Arkham games are not the only DC video games McFarlane has made figures from. Here's this Batman, next to all the figures they've made from Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights is a separate universe from the Arkham franchise. I do expect them to make some figures from Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, and that is a continuation of the Arkham franchise. And here he is, next to McFarlane's Injustice 2 collection. And here he is, next to McFarlane's Mortal Kombat 11 DC offerings. Now let's check him out, next to some other McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures. Now, McFarlane is not exactly consistent on their scale, especially with their Batman figures. I consider they have 3 different scales, small, medium, and large. Here's this Batman, next to several different smaller McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures. And here he is, next to some medium-sized Batman figures. And here he is, next to some of those giant monstrosity McFarlane Batman figures. Dark Knight's Metal, 3 Jokers, Hush, and Year 2. Here's this Batman, next to a small, medium, and large McFarlane Batman figure. I'd say this guy's about middle of the pack. He looks to be a similar size to the Batman, bigger than Rebirth, but smaller than 3 Jokers. Just about the right scale that everything in this line should be, at least in my opinion. Now, a lot of people want to talk about customizing this guy. Unfortunately, with that big sort of diamond thing on his torso, it's sculpted on. It's going to make it very hard to use this guy to customize your Batman figures, unless you're simply utilizing the legs or the arms or the head. That torso is damn near useless for that purpose. Now let's check him out, next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here's a bundle of 4 figures that I got from the McFarlane toy store. The most recent figures I've gotten. And my Aquaman Page Punchers should arrive tomorrow. And here he is, next to the Kyle Rayner Blue Lantern figure. This is a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive. Then, next to the Dark Knight Trilogy wave, collect-to-build Bane from the Dark Knight Rises. And now, next to the Dark Knight's Metal Gladiator Batman and the Kingdom Come Armored Batman. Here's this Batman, next to the Duke Thomas Signal, Connell Superboy, and both versions of the Jay Garrick Flash. And here he is, next most recent Batman wave. We have the Nightfall Catwoman, Hush Batman, both versions of Mr. Freeze, and the Infinite Frontier Joker. Word is, there's a gray Platinum Chase variant of Catwoman. If anyone out there finds one, please drop me a line below if you're willing to sell it to me. Then, next to the Walmart exclusive, gold label Vampire Batman and Eradicator. Still looking for the Vampire Joker and Beast Boy. And now, next to the Tarte exclusive, gold label Deadman and a Flashpoint Aquaman. Here's Batman, next to the Shazam 2 movie Shazam and the Amazon exclusive Tim Drake Robin. And here he is, next to the Amazon exclusive Batman Family 5-pack. Then, next to McFarlane Toy Store exclusive Hush Superman and Rebirth Kid Flash. Now let's check him out, next to some other recent McFarlane Build-A-Figure waves. Here he is, next to the Tarte exclusive Creme Syndicate wave, collect-to-build Star the Conqueror. Then, next to the Speed Metal wave, collect-to-build The Darkest Night. And finally, here he is next to the 3rd wave of Page Punchers. This is a Flash-themed wave. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller. And I'm going to include as many Batman figures as I can during these comparisons. Here he is, next to some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. Then, next to some more McFarlane Toys. These are from different various video game properties. And now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures, here's Batman, next to a canister of Parmesan cheese. And here he is, next to some DST or Diamond Select toys. Then, next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles Batman figures. And here he is, next to some NECA Batman figures. Then, next to some Mattel wrestling figures. And now, next to some Jazzwares AEW wrestlers. And here he is, next to some Mezco 112 Collective Batman figures. Then, with some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse Batman figures. And here he is, with some Mafex Batman figures. Then, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is, next to some SH Figure Arts Batman figures. And finally, here he is, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. Overall, this is a nice Batman figure. Kind of confusing. It's a Bruce Wayne version of the Thomas Wayne Batman, but he's not from Flashpoint, he's from Earth 2. That being said, the sculpt and paint job are excellent. I love the texture and the gray part of the suit. Not a fan of how they sculpted the sort of diamond type shape on his chest, but I get it. Typically I'd be happy but it prevents you from being able to use it for other figures. The accessory is cool. The Arkham Batarang. Articulation is everything you'd expect from a modern McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. Could be a little better in the hip area. If I were to rate this guy, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. It's a nice figure, but he's not perfect. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.